Happy Saturday, YouTube. Well, today I was thinking about Final Expense Telesales University. For those of you guys that don't know, in 2017, we launched that university powered by our friend Grant Cardone and his staff. But before we launched it, I want to share with you why we went ahead and did that. So in late 2016, I got the notice from the carrier that I was representing, Senior Life, that they were going to drop or modify our schedules. And at the time, I'm at a 145, and they send out this notice stating that because of company persistency issues as a whole, they had to go and drop everyone's contracts. For me, I had great retention, over 85-90% as a group. But you know what? Some other groups were just doing lousy, which obviously affected us as well. So in that time, instead of me complaining about the scenario, I decided that, I'd do something about it, be proactive. And that's when I reached out to Grant Cardone's office, explaining to them my overall scenario. And the first thing they said to me was, look, most people can't read a book. They can't get from start to finish. So it's hard to really, have them train, have them soak all this knowledge. And the best way to do it is by incremental training every single day. Plus, we're online. And that was music to my ears. And what we ended up doing was a custom program, taking Grant Cardone's principles and all of his content, and we customized it to fit exactly with what we were doing on the telephones, but with way more extras. The point is, his commitment, his promise to us was, look, if you follow this, you're going to see an extra 30% across the board. So we went ahead, we signed, and we rolled it out in 2017. Well, we started on the program. They started helping us recruiting agents. They created this amazing platform to attract agents to come and work with us. And they just over-delivered. And every single thing they said, they over-delivered. And I remember, we sent a ton of agents to their first conference. But what's funny is that exactly what they said was going to happen is what happened. And we knew that it was working. And we were representing Senior Life at the time and Royal Neighbors. And Royal Neighbors was really a carrier that I really wanted to grow with long term because they're a great company. So what we did is, obviously, prior to sending out, to rolling out our program, is that we had to send, a notice to each one of the carriers, as well as the IMOs that facilitated our contracts, asking for permission to be able to use Grant Cardone and his staff to help us as we were building this out. Well, two of them were totally okay with it. They gave us permission and we were able to roll them out. But the number one company that I wanted, which was Royal Neighbors at the time, their executive team told me they were okay with it, but I still needed the permission of the IMO. So what did Grant Cardone do? Well, instead of sending a legal notice to the IMO, he decided to send out Jared Glanton and Andy Arter to go visit with them in Dallas, because they were having this huge agent conference where they can meet in person and really break down the program and answer any questions that they might have, concerning what we were doing together. Well, they went ahead and did that, and I was really, really happy to see that, because, to have Grant, pay for his guys, because we didn't pay. He paid for his guys to fly out to Dallas was a gesture that I will never forget. And that's why I follow him, I respect him, and I believe everything he touches definitely turns to gold. There's no question, based on my opinion. I know some guys out there that don't like him, but this is where I'm headed with it. So anyways, after the meeting in Dallas, I get on the phone with the IMO that facilitated Royal Neighbors, and we were sending them production over the phone. They were happy. I had 2 call center guys that had joined forces, so there was no production. There was no production issue. We were growing with them. And the first thing that came out of the IMO, the executive for the IMO, the president, was, you know what? These guys are amazing. They're good people, but Grant Cardone's a Scientologist, and he cusses a lot. And I was like, what? I was shocked, because I knew that a lot of the people that worked for that IMO cussed a lot. I knew a lot of the people that worked there were not all Christians. And for the record, whatever happened to not judging people? You know, I've read the Bible at least 10, 12 times in my lifetime, and the number one message is don't judge people. That's the number one message. And here this guy, this president, this Bible thumper, was judging them. That they couldn't do business with a group like Grant. And what do you think happened? They shut it down. Because Royal Neighbors was a carrier that I really, really wanted to grow with. And they shut it down. So what happened was that we had to go back with Grant. We had to kind of look at everything over again and say, man, how can we grow if we don't have the carrier that can handle the volume of business, that can handle the agents? You know, telesales is not about hiring thousands, but how are we going to grow? So we decided to go ahead and put it on the shelf at that point in time. Fast forward a year after that, Royal Neighbor sends us our stats. We had a 92% persistency first year. Based on what? Based on everything that we learned working with Grant Cardone and his people and the content that we put together. And what was it that I learned, that we implemented? Follow-up, relentless follow-up. You know, and a lot of people don't even believe in that. Following up with your leads that you couldn't sell, following up with your clients, and closing skills. We were able to do that through the platform, and not just that, but in the beginning, we were able to onboard agents, and they would just go through a systematic process of training and nurturing that just worked. But that 1 year, 92% persistency, and I was sold. But by that point in time, what Royal Neighbors did is they reached out to us and said, hey, we're getting rid of all the telephone guys, and we're going to grandfather you in and a small group of others that are writing quality business, so that way you can have privileges with the voice signature. But the point was, at that point in time, I was already moving forward with other relationships in terms of the carrier. Just amazing. And here we are today. Every single week, we get up, we work with our staff, we show agents those principles every single day. We get results, and we finished, you know, another great year with the new carrier, Polish Roman, and we came out ahead with 85% retention. We had more business, and it was 85%. It's amazing. And now, you know, when Grant Cardone did his first 10X conference, I want to say there was probably like 1,500 people that attended. I know we sent a lot of people out there to check it out, and every single one of them was extremely happy, and they had a great experience doing that. But fast forward to 2020, and here we are again with my good friend JC and his staff. And the mission is to be able to roll out our Telesales University powered by Grant Cardone, and we are in the middle of it right now. And once again, we're having to get special permission from the carriers as well as the IMOs that we have in place that have facilitated certain of our contracts, so we can roll out our program and finish what we started back in 2016. And that really, really makes me so happy because, you know, Grant talks about overpromise, overdeliver, and they really embody that. And I was able to see that firsthand. So guys, you know, as you go into 2020, if you're selling insurance, I would highly encourage you look at their program, their sales platform. And, you know, you might not get the customized program that we have with them, but their content is second to none. Just you being on that platform every single day, taking tidbits, is going to help you the long run. Trust me on this. It's going to help you because we don't know everything. And if every day you can plug into that university and learn something different, it can change your day like it did for us. For us now, you know, we're looking to put 130 people on the phones, but more than anything, it allows us to free up my time, my leadership team's time, to produce personally and focus on, you know, leading our team from the front. But also it helps us train them by having that great content. So I highly encourage you guys to look into it. And for that, my friend, you know, that was making those comments years ago, I respect him. You know, I'm sure right now he's thinking to himself he was wrong, and he was wrong. You know, who cares what people's religion is if someone cusses? But when it's business, they keep it business. And whatever their belief system is, whatever they believe, last I checked, in America, we have the freedom of religion. And he lost out on us because of that reason. So don't ever judge a book by its cover, guys. Because sometimes, and in fact, not sometimes, most of the time, when you do that, you end up looking like a fool. That's the bottom line. Respect goes both ways, right? So you guys enjoy your Saturday. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I am. It's beautiful up here in Northern California today. It's nice and sunny. And, you know, for my friends that took on the water fast challenge, it's not easy. I'm going on 2 weeks with no calories, just water. And let me tell you what, I'm feeling amazing. Amazing. Mental clarity's through the roof. I mean, just overall inflammation that sometimes you can feel the reduction in the inflammation. But for that person that thought I wouldn't live 2 weeks, well, here I am, still thriving, full of energy, and it's just an amazing thing. Autophagy is really something to look into. Like I mentioned before, in 2016, you know, Japanese biologists won the Nobel Prize for this particular topic. Look it up. So you guys enjoy your weekend, guys, and see you guys at the top. Peace.